This is my Monday all over today. So we're in the Citroen C4 Picasso that has already rinsed me, isn't it, for MOT for... Oh no, it's already rinsed me for a new clutch that ended up having to be fitted twice because there was an issue with the first one. And then we put it down for MOT and we did rear tyres, some boots and some other bits and bobs. And then when it was coming back from the MOT, if you remember, if you've watched previously, it stopped and Pete couldn't get anywhere and it broke down. It needed its DPF cleaning out and a DPF regen. Well, I've just headed off to take it down to the MOT station to get it re-MOT'd, and it's telling me stop. We have an engine fault and I also have an ESP fault on the dash as well, and we're in limp mode. So I've got to do exactly that, limp it back to the unit and find out what on earth is going on with this car that's probably only worth about £2,500 at best. We're just sinking money into it. My last thought was to have it as the loan car, which I think I'm going to have to do because I'll be having too much money sunk into it. Have it kicking around as a loan car, but what a pain in the bum. When we get back to the unit, I'll show you the other reason why Monday's not going well. So breaking out the old top on again. See what we've got code-wise. We've got 2 for the engine already, and we've got one for wiring done. I don't know if that's current one or not. Alright, it's finished. We've got 2 in the engine, 1 in the anti-lock brakes, 1 in engine wiring, which could be, as we've got anti-lock brakes and engine fault, could be down to wiring, I guess. Fuel circuit, incoherence in the fuel pressure with the low flow regulator blocked open fuel circuit. Measure at the injection rail lower than the setting. Anti-lock brake, engine wiring is only an aircon compressor clutch fault. I can live with that one. Anti-lock brakes, non-confirmation of engine torque not characterized. Not sure. That's just a failed ABS sensor. So these both relate to fuel pressure. The fuel pressure with the flow regulator blocked open. Fuel circuit pressure measured in the injection rail lower than normal setting. So we've got some issue with the fueling system now. It's not DPF related like the last one. Might try clearing them, just because this has been sitting for a long time. And I wonder if it just momentarily noted a different fuel pressure or not. We'll see. So the codes may have gone, but we've definitely still got an issue because she is wanting to cut out. Yeah, codes are back, and I think it's the rocking of the car, the hunting, that's setting off the ESP, because I think the ESP is okay. Only seems to happen when this jerking of the car happens. So it's having trouble reading the wheel speeds or something like that. But yeah, so I'll do a bit more research on what that code relates to, but looks like we've got a fueling issue on this. So it can't go down for its re-MOT. So one of the other things causing me grief today is the Audi A1. If you remember, we bought this car with a suspected gearbox fault. The gearbox repair ended up way more than we thought it would be, about £4,000 to have the gearbox fixed. Had it MOT'd, by which time the gearbox had been done, we had cracking on the tyre wall, so we ended up having to go for nice tyres all the way around. We had to go for a full set of rubber. Did the MOT, so obviously into it for way more money than we should be. Lady came by today and wanted to buy it. It wouldn't start, the battery was flat. So we jumped it, no problem at all, went for a test drive, all lovely. She loved the car, put a deposit down, is due to pick it up tomorrow. Wednesday, she's due to come by. Gone to move it inside, it won't start at all. Sorry, phone call came in then. So yeah, so the car won't start now. Now obviously I've put the battery on charge because the battery was low. When it wasn't starting before, we were getting a clicking from the starter, but now we're just getting absolutely nothing. If you turn the key, it is just doing nothing at all. It says press the brake pedal, so if I press the brake pedal now, I did think initially it might be missing that I would have my foot on the brake pedal, but it's obviously saying, can recognise I have got my foot on the brake pedal. It's in park, so I don't know why. I did think perhaps it was a starter motor, giving that a bit of a clout with a hammer, see if that's moving that has made any effect, but nothing so far. So we've got to work out before Wednesday what this issue is and get it fixed before Wednesday, which is so annoying because the car has always started and moved around fine since the gearbox was done. We've never had any issue with it other than having a low battery. So these are the codes we've got. We have got a code for a starter, and we've got a code for a park neutral switch being open. So there's a couple of things that could cause this issue. And luckily the starter is easy to get to. It sits right up here, nice and conveniently. The only thing I've got with the starter being the issue is I know that wasn't turning over properly when the battery was low. So is that historic code just picking up on the starter motor rather than it actually being a current problem? So I think we might want to clear the code and try that again. Code for the starter motor's come straight back again. I've given it a bit of a thump a couple of times and making no difference. So I think we're going to pull the starter motor, bench test that, see if that's working. So we're going to test the starter a sec. Pete's just going to put this bit of wire to it and see if we've got... Right, that is working now. So it's back in with the starter motor. The top bolt's easy enough, but the bottom bolt's a right pain in the bum because this bit here stops me getting a full length socket on. The bolt wants to come out here and I'm hitting the wiring loom and all sorts, so I've got to get some of this out of the way to make my life a little bit easier. Right guys, I've got the starter motor back in. I just tried and got a click, click, click this time, which is good news. That just means the battery might be low. I wonder if the starter just stuck. I'm sitting around and other fingers crossed from everyone. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Get on. Right, we'll get the battery fully charged up and we'll test it a few more times and see if it's happy starting, if that is going to be an ongoing problem or if it's just a one-off because it had a flat battery. But, whew, nice one. Been a while since I fiddled with stuff, isn't it? Now I can exclusively reveal to you why the car went wrong in the first place. And you might think it's the starter motor and it's mechanicals, but it's actually Pete's fault. And the reason it's Pete's fault is because when I told him I'd just taken a deposit on it, he said, oh, that's good to see that one gone. And I said, yeah, we're not making much money out of it. He said, oh yeah, but you won't have problems with that where you've done the biggest bit, the gearbox. And I said to him, at that moment, I said, you've completely jinxed us there. Came out to the car and it wouldn't start. So, even though the top Don directed us straight to what the problem was, in fairness to it, isn't it? Great bit of kit as always. Unfortunately, it can't overcome Pete's jinxiness. So he's under strict instructions to keep any comments to himself now regarding whether a car might end up having issues after sale or not. Now, you all know the score. Bad things can't happen in twos, they've got to happen in threes. So we had a phone call on the Voyager. Someone said, I need a 7-seater. Can't find anything around. I said, I've got a Voyager. No problem, we'll come and have a look at that. So they came along for the viewing. And I demonstrated it, and I knew when I was doing it, I was doing the wrong thing. I demonstrated how all the electric seats fold into the floor, how they fold back, how the front ones fold, how the electric doors work, everything. Obviously telling them about the fault with one of the handles on it. Did all of that, and I literally said to him as I was doing it, should probably have the engine running this because it could flatten the battery because the car's not being moved much. Went to pull the car out, wouldn't start, flat battery. No problem, jump start it, pull it out, via jump starting it, get an engine management light on it. Customer says, oh, that's not good engine management light. I said, it will be U codes, it will be relating to us jump starting it. And they said, oh, right, okay, well, can we take it for a test drive? I said, yeah, we can go for a test drive. Come out for a test drive. He goes, well, I'll be interested in it once you know what the engine light is. And I'm like, I'll plug it in now. Well, we'll go off and we'll have to think about it if you can let us know the score on the engine light. I'm like, and obviously plugged it in, and it was telling us that we had battery issues, which obviously as soon as we cleared and drove the car again, absolutely fine. But no one wants to test drive a car and have an engine management light come on them, do they? So hopefully that is, I shouldn't jinx myself, that is our bad luck out for the day with 3 for 3 on cars playing silly beggars. Standard car dealer stuff, herding sheep back into a field. A load have got off down the road, unfortunately. Pete and I only spotted them at the last minute. So looks like this gate isn't secure. We'll go and herd the rest of them up. Yeah, joys of doing business in the countryside, eh? But look at it. Great view from work, isn't it, really? Certainly one thing to do when you've had a bit of a rubbish day. Let's do what we've promised for a little while and take out the 106 GTI for a blat. This is our latest raffle car. You can win it for just £2. There'll be a link in the video description down below, or just Google Chops Garage Raffle. 58,000 miles, low owners. He's had a couple of owners, and we've just done cam belt, water pump, and a fresh MOT. If you haven't seen this already, that's why I'm letting you know. And the interior on it is absolutely ace. But we know what these are all about. These are all about going for a black. So let's go for a black and brighten my day out. Can't help but put a smile on your face. It picks up absolutely lovely, revs cleanly, and absolutely flies along. Can't help myself but have to go on the roundabout and go round it as quickly as I can. Brooke's gonna have to hang on for a dear life. No understeer or wheel spin, just pull straight out of there. What a grin machine this is, I tell you.